What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys smash that subscribe button, because boy do I got a surprise for you. So for a while now, I've been wanting to start a project on the channel. Well, today we finally did that. I've been wanting to get into something for years ago, and a couple years ago I almost did, but I was too scared. Today we finally said you only live once, and we pulled the trigger. So without further ado, right behind this camper sits our new project, and you just might be able to see it right there. I can't show you that just yet, but first hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, because we're about to take this channel to a whole nother level. But without further ado, let's get into it. Got the trailer hooked up to the Dodge Ram, but first we gotta add some oil to this Hemi. We're on our way to go pick something up. Here's a hint, it's got a turbo. Well, that was weird, there's a roundabout. I've never saw one of those in Pennsylvania. We're here at Copart in Maryland. Now on the strap. I don't know what we got going on here. Be sure this is gonna hold. I'm YouTube certified. We're on top of the shell pile, and let me officially introduce to you. Are you guys ready for it? It's a 2016 Ford Focus RS. Oh yeah, one minor problem. The front end is missing. Oh yeah, and the airbags are blown. And before you guys ask, why did you buy a wrecked Focus? Hold on a second. Look at those exhausts. Look at the big Brembo brakes. This just isn't your average Ford Focus. Take a hint. This thing right here from factory is 350 horsepower, all-wheel drive. We're currently sitting in the Ford Focus RS, and I'm not gonna lie, this is a little bit scary, because we technically bought something that's actually considered junk. To be honest, I don't know the condition of the car yet, considering it's wrecked, and I bought it sight unseen. That was probably a bad move, but it was out of state, and I didn't feel like driving to go look at it. But I did see photos of it. I have yet to see the damage other than these two airbags that are blown out. But today we're gonna go over the damage together and see what's all wrong with this car. I have yet to look at the damage done to the car, but from the outside at a quick glance, it looks like from here back is fine, except for the airbags that are blown, but that's no big deal. As you can see, the radiator and AC condenser is pretty mangled, and the intercooler that is supposed to go right here is actually missing. But if we pop the hood, the latch is kind of missing as well. I can slide my finger back there and we can pop the hood. Everything under here is nice and clean. We pop the hood stand up. As you can see, the hood is quite mangled, so definitely gonna need a new hood on this thing. But if we look at the crash bar is definitely mangled. Looks like everything was hit in and then pushed to the left. So we see the frame rails. This one looks bent, and this one looks kinked. That's not good. I'm gonna have to say the radiators look pretty screwed up as well. And if we look straight on it, it kind of looks like the engine is sitting crooked, but I don't know. Kind of hard to see what all needs replaced right now. We're gonna get this thing all ripped apart. We have the tractor up here. We're gonna get this thing towed closer to the garage, because last night I put it right here, and unloading this thing was a complete nightmare. Roll the clip. We're having a little problem with the unload. We're not the smartest people, so we're gonna try something real quick.
You're pulling it the wrong way.
Holy junk. Bro, that took forever. So far, all I did was stop at the car wash, got this thing washed up, because I hate working on stuff that's dirty. And these windshield markers did not come off somehow. But yeah, the car has 38,651 miles, and the car currently has a salvage title. So hopefully, if everything goes right, we're gonna get this thing rebuilt, and we'll have a 2016 Ford Focus RS for about half the price as you can get one now.
This car is junk, bro.
Why do you say that?
Because look at the front end.
So a couple years ago, I heard about Copart and how you could buy these wrecked cars at auction for an extremely low price. I know quite a few people that did it and ended up rebuilding the car, and now they own the exact same car at the dealership you can buy, but for half the price, if not less. The only difference is the title. It's now a rebuilt title instead of a clean title. For some people, a car with accidents or a rebuilt title or a salvage title is no big deal to them, but others will not purchase anything unless it has a clean title. Even if the car is 100% fixed properly, it's still gonna have that rebuilt title and a history of an accident, and therefore it lowers the value of the car. I know when people are trying to buy like exotic cars, it's a pretty big deal to make sure it has a clean title and all the service records, but I would say for a daily driver, I actually purchased this 2016 Chevy Sonic. Just ignore the racing stripes, they came with it, and it's been a joke ever since. It's a 2016, I bought that car in 2017. It has a rebuilt title, and I bought it off of someone that already rebuilt it. I actually got that thing so cheap it's hard to pass up. It was 1 year old, it had 10,000 miles on it, and it ended up buying it for $6,000. That car is a rebuilt title, and I've never had a problem with it. Now, reselling it might be an issue, but if you're talking about a daily driver, which that is my goal for this Ford Focus, it's gonna be my new daily driver. I'm gonna replace the Chevy Sonic. It's long overdue, it's time to get a little more horsepower. Got the rope hooked up, let's get this thing down to the garage.
Hey, you ready to rip?
Your seatbelt on. Bro, the airbag's already blown out.
I think this thing actually gonna be fast.
Not right now, because we're getting pulled by that slow John Deere, but when we're done with the rebuild, this thing is gonna be an absolute monster. I'll take you for a ride. We'll get your car seat, we'll pop it in the back, and you can go for a rip. Hold on. We just completely bottomed out here.
What are you worried about a couple scraps? Wow, this car is slow.
Yeah, we're getting pulled by a John Deere right now. The car down here at the garage, we're gonna get this thing jacked up on some jack stands, and we're gonna start tearing it apart. I'm already regretting buying this car because now is the time we actually start working on it, and I hate working on stuff. Usually after an accident, they'll put some of the broken pieces in the car. Let's check the back of the Focus RS. Let's see if there's any salvageable parts. We got the old headlight. That looks kind of messed up. A loose wire, maybe from the fog lights. We got some, looks like the factory floor mats. Or no, these are brand new. And then a bed sheet for some reason. Before I completely drain my wallet on this car, let's see if it'll actually start. So we picked up some oil. Copart had it listed as a run and drive, so let's see if it actually does that. We got some oil, because there's no oil in the engine right now for some reason. I'm assuming it all leaked out of the radiator. The battery is completely dead, which is expected because the car probably sat for a couple months at the Copart facility. We got our jump box here, and let's put some oil in it. Make sure this thing actually starts. Yep, already going south. The battery is
I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they...
That should be enough to start this thing up for a couple seconds. Let's turn our jump box on, and let's see if this thing actually starts. I see some lights in the RS. Well, that's a good sign. At least the electronics work. Well, here goes nothing. What the? The wipers are on. I guess the dude must have probably wrecked in the rain. Let's see how, oh my. I swear the wipers are the most complicated control on a vehicle. Okay, one more time. Sounds like it's trying to turn over, but I don't think the jump box is providing enough power. So I'll get the jumper cables, we'll get a machine over here, we'll get this thing jump started. Oh, not a Chevy saving a Ford, just kidding. But we got the Chevy Sonic down here, we're gonna jump the Ford Focus RS, and well, here goes nothing. Hopefully this time it starts up. The car is either locked up or the battery is completely dead, but listen. I'm assuming it's probably dead because this keeps flashing on and off. Okay, a little update. We'll go over this in a second. I switched the original battery out because that battery is shot, and I just temporarily put this in. It does have charge, and the car still will not turn over. Also, the passenger side motor mount is broken, so I used the C-clamp, kind of pulled it back in place. That's temporary as well. I don't know what's going on. It just keeps clicking, so I decided to start ripping stuff off, and then the crash bar got jammed up, so I brought the razor out, and anyone want to tell me why the crash bar is still on my car? How the fuck does a frame rail get bent like that? That needs gone, like right now. Like I really have time to wrench on my car. Get it off my car. You don't need that to begin with. Obviously, it didn't work. Well, there goes the wiring harness. And what's another couple $100? Now, we did get the crash bar off pretty quick, but in the process, we did break a wire. It's no big deal because the wire is just for the horn, and we'll do some electrical work when I finally get the car actually running. As I started ripping this thing apart a little bit further, let me show you something. Even more bad news. We're pretty much at rock bottom now. The engine will not turn over. The frame rails are bent, and the engine mount is also broke. Let's just add to that. Looks like most of the blow from the front end collision actually ended up hitting the oil filter, and I believe this is the oil pump. As you can see, it's a little bit broke. We're gonna get this stuff ripped out, and I'm gonna get the radiators out of there, and we're gonna see what's actually broken in there. Hopefully it did not damage the block of the engine. If that's the case, we are mega screwed. That is almost the exact same damage as a YouTuber Sam Crack had on his Focus RS when he went to rebuild his as well.
Come down here to where our smashed oil filter is. We're going to replace the oil filter as well as right here the oil cooler. Again, pretty simple replacement. This should just unbolt. We'll hook the lines back up to it. If you guys remember, this thing is severed right here at one of the outlet ports, so this needs to be completely replaced.
As soon as I opened the door, the throttle body is making all kinds of sounds, and it just stopped, but it'll come back on here in like 15 seconds. There it goes again. I think it's time we bust out the code reader. I don't know if that's gonna do much because we're gonna have a million codes. Ford Focus is actually pretty cool because it actually has a little flap for the OBD port. Plug our code reader in there. I just cleared the codes with the code reader, and let's see if the car will start. Guys, the Ford Focus RS is alive. That is good news. We finally heard the engine run. I wasn't too sure. It's day 2 working on it, and we got so much junk hanging off of it, I couldn't even get it to turn over. All it would do was click. I don't know, I guess all it needed was the codes cleared. I couldn't figure out if this battery was shot too, so I wasn't sure if it's a dead battery, but what's the probability that 2 batteries can be shot? It seems like as soon as we cleared the codes on the code reader, the car started right up. So we are back on track with this build. I finally heard the Ford Focus RS run, which is good news because I didn't want to dump a whole bunch of money into something I didn't even hear run yet. It's kind of weird because this car was actually listed as a runs and drives on Copart. I highly doubt they even started this thing, which is good because there was actually no oil in it. Now that I know the Focus RS actually runs, let's finish tearing off all the damaged stuff and make a list of the parts we need and get this to the body shop so we can get the frame rails fixed right away. If you guys are not part of the channel yet, we are gonna have a crazy summer. We got the Focus RS, we got the Razor Pro XP back there. We also have another project coming up here, hopefully pretty soon. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, help us with the algorithm, and before you know, we'll have this RS up and running. We're by no means keeping the Focus RS stock, so once we get this thing running, stay tuned for that build. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, help us with the algorithm, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.
I don't even know how to drive.
I know in charge of the straps, how they look.
It ain't go. Wait, hold on. I gotta slap it.